G'day everyone, welcome to Inside Rugby with Mark. My name is Mark and we're only a few days away from the start of this year's Autumn International Series. The first game is going to be between England and New Zealand, being played at Twickenham on Saturday, and that's going to be followed up with the game against Scotland and Fiji that's being played at Murrayfield. So two exciting games to kick off this year's Autumn International Series. But as is always the case, as we're heading into the series with lots of different teams, there's lots of news coming out of the respective camps. And today I just wanted to share my thoughts around some news out of the Springboks camp over the last couple of days with a few of their injuries, but also an opportunity that's come up for one of their players. And the news that's devastating to me, and I'm sure many other global rugby fans, will be that of Damian Willemse. Yes, the great fullback for the Springboks has been sidelined with injury again. Very unfortunate for him, and whilst he was scoring a try for the Stormers against Glasgow in the weekend, he pulled a groin muscle and he won't be able to participate in the Springboks Northern Tour. So this is really bad news for Willemse. I'm a huge fan of this guy. He's a fantastic athlete. He's done some fantastic things on the rugby fields across the world, and it's a real shame to see that of the 10 test matches the Springboks will play this year, he won't be part of their selection for any of them. So that's a real shame. The last game he played, in fact, was in the Rugby World Cup final last year against the All Blacks. Now, the other thing about Willemse, he started his Springbok career in 2018 against Argentina in the Rugby Championship competition at Kings Park, and that was a fantastic game, and he kicked on since then, and he's shown us his ability in a Springbok jersey, and I've become a real fan in the last 6 years of Damian Willemse's play, that's for sure. But now, another thing I like about Damian Willemse that a lot of people may not know is that he's a big environmental activist when he's not playing rugby. Yes, he's got a lot of passions away from the rugby field, and one of the things he does is focus on the environment. He's been instrumental in being an ambassador for a big cleanup project around the Strand Beach in the area where he's from in South Africa. And he's done a lot of great work in that area, and I think it's always great to see rugby players using their influence and their passions to make a difference in the world outside of rugby, and that's something that Damian Willemse does quite often, so I'm a real big fan for that reason as well. But as they say in the rugby world, in the sporting world, one man's bad news is often another man's good news, and in this case Rassie Erasmus has decided to take an extra forward on the Northern Tour this year, and it's going to be in the shape of Cameron Honeycomb. And I'm a huge fan of Honeycomb's. Last year in that game for the Bulls where he played an absolutely outstanding game, I thought this man is going to be a future star. He needs to be in the Springboks team. And when the squad was announced to go north this year and Honeycomb's name wasn't in there, like many of you, I was a little bit disappointed in wanting to see Cameron Honeycomb included in that team. Well, now because of Damian Willemse's bad news, Cameron Honeycomb has been given the opportunity, and I'm sure the 22-year-old player from the Bulls is going to wrap his arms around it and make very good use of it. Honeycomb, in my mind, is a great player of the future as well as the present. He's going to be really, really good by the time we get to the Rugby World Cup in 2027, and don't be surprised if he's one of the standout players for the Springboks in that tournament if he arrives there fit and healthy and ready to go. He's a really, really great player with a big, big future, that's for sure. So I'm going to be watching very closely how Cameron Honeycomb goes on this Northern Tour, and hoping that Rassie is going to give him lots of opportunity. And in the 3 games that South Africa got, don't forget, they play Scotland, they play England, and then they play Wales. So plenty of opportunity for Honeycomb to get a role there. Now, unfortunately, we've also seen Jan-Hendrik Wessels out of the Springboks team, and that's been given an opportunity to Wilco Louw to come in. So the giant man is going to be given an opportunity. So as they say in the world of rugby, one man's bad news obviously turns into another one's opportunity. And with South Africa's great depth in their squad at the moment, there's no issues for Rassie being able to plug these gaps and give players an opportunity. Now, does this mean with Damian Willemse out of the team, we've got coverage more from Willie le Roux? Are we going to see Willie get his 100 caps in this tour? I think we probably are. I think that's something that Rassie's pretty settled on now. I think he brings a lot of stability to the back line for the South Africans, and I think Rassie has decided to bring in that extra forward because he knows Willie is going to be able to cover that position in the games that South Africa have to play. But let me know in the comments what you think of, first of all, the sad news of Damian Willemse not getting an opportunity on this tour through injury, and also to Cameron Honeycomb coming in. What do you think of his chances of playing in all the games, or is he going to just get a chance in one or two? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that one in the comments. Now, if you haven't been following on this past week, head over to the community tab on this YouTube channel and you'll find some polls that you can vote in for the wins of the particular teams in each of the games in this year's autumn series. Yes, you can vote on whether you think the team's going to win 1, 2, 3 or 4 depending on how many games they're playing, and let me know your thoughts. Some of the percentages that are starting to come out in those polls are very interesting to read, that's for sure. Now, if your team's not there at the moment, it will be in the next couple of days as I finish putting up all the other teams that are going to be playing in this year's autumn international series. So there we go, some news out of the South African camp this week on their tour team, or squad as I should say. We look forward to getting things underway this weekend with England versus New Zealand, so make sure you stick around here on the channel with me. I'll be doing previews and reviews of all of the games, 21 games coming up over the next few weeks. We're all going to be busy watching and having opinions on all of that, so make sure you stick around here on Inside Rugby with Mark to share your opinion with me and all the other fantastic global community here we have on this channel. So that's it for this particular video. I'll see you again really soon in the next show. Until then, stay safe, stay well, keep enjoying your rugby all across the world, and until next time, it's time to say adios from me. Bye for now.